Thank you, everyone, for your perseverance and patience and calm.
I've sent it on WhatsApp, dear. That's how it
So
some confusion. Yeah.
we're starting, I think, with a prayer that John Brito put together, right? And Dira, you're the one sharing that.
Thank you.
I thank you all for being here.
Share it. Just first the slides, right, Maria ma'am?
Yeah.
The slides.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, the slide should lead into it.
I understand. Just this. Yeah, I got it. Just sharing the screen now. Yeah. Just a moment. Just got the slide
Yeah.
shared. Is it visible, John sir?
Yes,
Yes,
good.
it's visible.
Over to you, Maria.
Greetings of the day. I welcome you all to this opening prayer. This prayer is about nano only. For the first time, I am preparing a prayer for this Zoom meeting. Thank you for giving this chance to me. Let us start the prayer. Spend yourself for the poor. The best works meet with the greatest process in the beginning. These are all the words of Nano Nagel. The next slide. The world marked Poverty Day on October 17th. This year's theme, Ending Social and Institutional Maltreatment, ensuring respect and effective support for families living in poverty. Next. 250 years ago, Nano, ahead of her times, believed that poverty could be eradicated by providing education as a tool for empowerment. She believed that education to be a right, not a privilege, and the most powerful way to lift people out of poverty. Next one. Nano's lasting legacy of eradicating poverty through her sisters and friends of Nano has enabled subsequent generations in establishing schools and clinics, empowering women, and advocating justice and social programs around the globe. It's a continuous process. Even today, most of the FON units are helping the less privileged students, especially girls, for their education. Also visit sick and old and orphanages, old age homes, etc., and help them. The video, please.
Yeah, start it separately. It's easier to start. Just. Share the sound also. Let's take it to full volume. Full screen. Yes, please.
You beauty for brokenness, hope for despair. Lord, in the suffering, this is our prayer. Bread for the children, justice, joy, peace. Sunrise to sunset, your kingdom increase. Shelter for fragile lives, cures for their ills. Work for the craftsmen, trade for their skill. Land for the dispossessed, rights for the weak. Voices to plead the cause of those who can't speak. God of the poor, friend of the weak, give us compassion, we pray. Melt our cold hearts, let tears fall like rain. Come change our love from a spark to a flame. Refuge from cruel wars, havens from fear. Cities for sanctuary, freedoms to share. Peace to the killing fields, scorched earth to green. Christ for the bitterness, his cross for the pain. God of the poor, friend of the weak, give us compassion, we pray. Melt our cold heart, the tears fall like rain. Come change our love from a spark to a flame. Rest for the ravaged earth, oceans and streams, plundered and poisoned, our future, our dreams. Lord, in our madness, carelessness, greed, make us content with the things that we need. God of the poor, friend of the weak, give us compassion, we pray. Melt our cold hearts, the tears fall like rain. Come change our love from a spark to a flame. Lighten our darkness, breathe on this flame, until your justice burns brightly again. Until the nations learn of your ways, seek your salvation and bring you their praise. God of the poor, friend of the weak, give us compassion, we pray. Melt our cold hearts, the tears fall like rain. Come change our love from a spark to a flame. God of the poor, friend of the weak, give us compassion, we pray. Melt our cold hearts, the tears fall like rain. Come change our love from a spark to a flame.
Next slide, Dira.
One last slide.
And
Yeah.
last slide. Where is sent it to me?
Yes. 6th slide.
All right. That is a blank thing.
After that blank page.
Yeah, blank after the blank. That's good. Yes.
Hilda, will you please read this prayer?
Mr. Bindu.
Yeah.
Almighty and merciful God, we ask you to create a giving heart in us so we may give ourselves in the service of others until poverty and hunger ceases in this world. Loving God, may we see you in the poor and needy. We pray for Nano's sainthood and pray that we will continue to follow in her footsteps, to empower and advocate for justice, to create a better world where children are safe. Amen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dira.
And
Thank you.
thank you all so much for that beautiful prayer to open this meeting, although it was delayed. And since we've been joined by Greta and Luella and Denise, I saw Denise there, Molly. So, and Miss Pasi, that's Naomi. Is that what you told us, Judith? Yeah. So, very warm welcome to everyone. And there has been a team of people, a group of people working very, very hard over the last month or so to bring us a lot of joy and information about our venture into social media. So I'm turning it over to Maria and this team.
The team. Okie doke. So, why do we, Nano, need social media? Well, because I think that if Nano would have used it if she was here today. It's a way to reach a wider audience. It's a means of communicating with friends of Nano across the globe. It's all about connection and communities. We can use images, videos, carefully chosen thoughts or a prayer to lead the way to a deeper knowledge of Nano Nagel, of what it is to be a presentation person, of Catholic social teaching. To my generation, to my children's generation, to my grandchildren's generation. We've got a great team, very talented team, who've been working very hard to get us into the 21st century. So I'm going to ask Dira to start the presentation without any further ado, because we're running out of time.
Thank you, Maria ma'am, and thank you for those wonderful words. And thank you, Karen ma'am and John sir, for starting the meeting. I'd like to tell you that a social media group came together and we made this presentation. So I'd like to start it formally. Just a moment. Greetings, everyone, from across the globe, across the continents, across the countries, across regions, nations, cities, and towns. I welcome you all to this humble endeavor of presenting the social media platforms. It is a matter of great pride and joy for us to be taking Venerable Nano's mission and vision forward with leaps and bounds. With your support and guidance and cooperation, we would love to make it into a memorable and momentous movement real soon. So I start with the first slide. Friends of Nano, with the grace of God and the blessings of our founder, Venerable Nano Nagel, the social media group humbly presents Facebook page and the Instagram page, Friends of Nano International. And here is an icon which has been created for this purpose. Now I'd like to invite Hilda ma'am to lead us into the future slides of the presentation. Over to you, Hilda ma'am.
Thank you, Dheera ma'am. Hello, everyone. It gives me great joy and honor to present to you the new logo of the International Friends of Nano Facebook page. A logo serves as a visual representation of an organization or brand. It helps to establish a strong identity, build recognition, and communicate the group's values, vision, and mission, leaving a lasting impression on the people's minds. With this in mind, the Friends of Nano social media team thoughtfully designed the logo for the International Friends of Nano Facebook page. Here the logo represents Venerable Nano Nagel's zeal burned with unwavering love for God and deep compassion for the poor. Guided by faith, she courageously walked the dark lanes of Cork, lantern in hand, bringing light to the forgotten. Her tireless service continually inspires generations to live her motto, not words, but deeds. Next slide, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. Dheera?
Yes. Okay. Yes, Hilda ma'am.
Just a second. As we focus on each element of the logo, we look at the earth. The earth symbolizes justice and care for creation. Here the earth is partly lit and partly shaded. It signifies Venerable Nano Nagel's mission to spread God's divine love. It calls Friends of Nano to work for justice, equality, and the protection of the planet and its people, especially those displaced or made poor by the effects of climate change. Next, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am.
Yeah, there. Can't you see it?
Yeah, I can see. The lantern, the bright lantern, God's shining light. It symbolizes God as the guiding light. Venerable Nano trusted completely in God's divine will. It also reflects the Friends of Nano core value, which is partnership with the divine, calling members to a deep union with God through contemplative prayer that shapes and guides their action. Next, ma'am. The strong, mature figure represents Venerable Nano's faith and courage. Her unwavering faith, courage, zeal, and merciful love as she shines light upon the world. Friends of Nano are called to be rooted in faith and dedicated to serving and uplifting those most in need. Next, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's already there.
The hearts and the
Carry on.
The hearts and three Friends of Nano core values shows love at the core of all our action. The three hearts symbolize God's merciful love and the Friends of Nano's commitment to carry out their mission with love. Love is central to promoting justice and caring for the earth and the marginalized. And now can I call upon Ma'am Nisha to take the presentation further with the slides?
Thank you. With heartfelt gratitude, I thank you, Hilda and Dira ma'am, for giving me the honor to speak about and be a part of Friends of Nano International FB page today. The Friends of Nano continue to carry forward the spirit of Nano Nagal through acts of service, love, and compassion. Our mission is to bring light and hope to others through genuine care and commitment and kindness, striving each day to make a positive difference in every life we touch. A
May I go to
world
the
where the divine spark ignites a covenant of creation, fostering partnership with the divine and passion for the poorest, leading to the flourishing of all, especially the impoverished and the most vulnerable. Why the
Vishalabhi.
presentation day is celebrated? By Riddhi Bakshi. Centuries ago, in a quiet temple, a little girl named Mary was led by her parents, Anna and Joachim, with hands folded, eyes lifted. A soul was surrendered. She was presented to the Lord, not with the riches of gold or jewels, but with the richness of a pure heart, the treasure of obedience, and the promise of a life offered wholly to God. With what sureness and serenity she chose silence, waiting for God's words, in heart stillness, pondering, and in the holy offering, the world received the light. Service became the mission to make things right, a mother to the broken, a guide to the lost. She grew to become the bearer of hope, where faith and love embraced as one. By Dira Madan Ma'am, Presentation Day observed annually on November 21st by the PBVM Sisters, Presentation Sisters of the Blessed Virgin Mary, hold profound historical and spiritual significance within the Catholic tradition. It commemorates the biblical event of the presentation of Mary in the temple, symbolizing unwavering dedication and devotion to divine service. Inspired by this sacred act, the sisters emphasize vows of service, purity, and steadfast commitment to God's mission, viewing the day as a sacred opportunity for renewal of their spiritual vows and communal reflection. Founded in Ireland in 1833, Venerable Nano Nagal, the Presentation Sisters were motivated by the compassionate vision to educate and uplift marginalized populations. Their pioneering efforts focused on social reform, literacy, and empowering women, embodying the ethos of self-offering in service. Presentation Day has since become a cherished occasion for the sisters to deepen their dedication through prayer, community engagement, and acts of charity, underscoring their ongoing commitment to social justice, education, and empowerment. Furthermore, this day venerates Venerable Nano Nagel's enduring legacy as a trailblazer in education and social reform. For the PPPM sisters, Presentation Day is a poignant reminder of their foundational principles: compassion, dedication, and service, continuing Venerable Nano Nagel's mission in contemporary society. It remains a vital celebration of faith, community, and the enduring pursuit of social justice worldwide.
Please
Now, I
invite
would like to warmly invite Dira Madam to come forward and
Hilda ma'am.
continue the words of service.
No, Hilda ma'am is to be invited for the next slide. Over to you, Hilda ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am Nisha. I'll take the slides further to ask the important question: how the Friends of Nano movement started. Written by Ma'am Dhira Madan. The Friends of Nano movement, initiated in the early 21st century, seeks to extend Venerable Nano Nagel's visionary legacy beyond Ireland, advocating for education, social justice, and community service globally. Emphasizing compassion and holistic development, it employs grassroots initiatives, strategic partnership, and networks to empower marginalized populations and foster solidarity. Rooted in Venerable Nano Nagel's core principles of faith, hope, and love, the movement aspires to cultivate a more equitable and compassionate society. It continues to inspire individuals and organizations worldwide to serve with humility, embodying her enduring commitment to social transformation. Looking at the, ma'am, the next slide, please.
Yeah, it's come. It takes time for it to.
Ma'am Dhira?
I've gone to the next one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it takes time.
We're looking at the inaugural international gathering that was held in Ballygreen, Ireland, amidst the congregational gathering of 2012, themed Awakening to the Mystery of God and Life. In 2009, commemorating the 225th anniversary of Venerable Nano's death, the congregation leadership team aimed to deepen the engagement, culminating in the 2011 International Assembly, marking the official inception of the movement. This assembly emphasized divine partnership, dedication to the marginalized, and a sacred covenant with creation. Today, we are happy to see the movement boasts active members across all continents, including Australia, New Zealand, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Canada, India, Pakistan, England, Chile, and the Philippines, exemplifying Venerable Nano's enduring global influence. And now we look at the next slide. Who we are as Friends of Nano. This has been beautifully expressed by Ma'am Nisha Francis. The title is Lanterns of Love. Lanterns of Love. We are the sparks of Venerable Nano's flame. Her spirit lives in every name. Across each border, faith and land, we hold her light within our hand. In simple acts, her love we show. Through every seed of hope we sow. From every shore to mountain crest, her light unites. We are all blessed. The light continues, soft yet strong, guiding hearts where they belong. In every school, in every prayer, Venerable Nano's love is living there. From hand to hand, her flame is passed, a legacy of faith to last. The friends of Nano still renew her dream of love in all we do. And now, after this beautiful poem, I'd like to invite Ma'am Dhira to take the presentation further.
Thank you, Elder. Thank you so much. Every mission, every vision, every thought, every step taken must have a path, must have a direction to establish where we are and what we hope to achieve by reaching our destination or by going forward with the ongoing process. For this purpose, the international leadership team had made certain guidelines for Friends of Nano, which would be put on the Facebook page as a link, and you're most welcome to go through them. A guideline offers you not only a direction, but the path which needs to be followed so that the group, the community, and the world works in tandem as friends of Venerable Nano. The IPLMN has had many accomplishments to their credit. To name a few, it has taken care of networking, cultural diversity, first edition, Easter edition of Nano's Echo, special tercentenary edition in 2018, FON, starting of Friends of Nano movement, and much more. It is an honor, a privilege, and we are so fortunate to be experiencing this and to be a part of Friends of Nano. Here is a beautiful poem by Ma'am Jean Demont, Nano's Lantern. In shadowed streets where silence wept, a gentle heart its promise kept. Through midnight lanes her footsteps bold, a lantern glowed, tale retold. She braved the fear, she bore the night, with faith her only shield of light. For every child denied a name, she lit a spark, she fanned the flame. No crown she wore, no wealth, no gold, but richer still, her heart of old. Each sacrifice, a seed she sown, each tear, a prayer the world has known. Her courage walked where chains were strong, her voice became the voiceless song. Though weary hands and body frail, her spirit rose, it could not fail. O Nano, servant, mother, guide, your lantern still burns, far and wide. A beacon bright, through time it flies, a light of love that never dies. What a lovely rendition of Nano's Lantern. Beautiful poem written by Ma'am. Now I request Nisha Ma'am to kindly take the presentation forward. Over to you.
Thank you, Tira ma'am, for giving me the honor to speak. The poem is written by Sir John Brito Sir, and it has been beautifully shared. Agape, love of Venerable Nano Nagal. Agape, in Greek, refers to the highest form of selfless, sacrificial, and unconditional love. It is not based on application or emotion, but it is rooted in action and commitment, a personal sacrifice for the well-being of others. It normally refers to God's love. Agape love differs from other types of love in the Bible. It is the highest, most pure form of love as a choice, not out of attraction. There is a beautiful description in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 10. Jesus said, "If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? If you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you?" These words of Jesus invite me to think of the radiating, everlasting love of Venerable Nano Nagal for the poor, oppressed, and downtrodden of the 18th century, who lived in the narrow lanes of Cork, Ireland. She daily walked the dark narrow lanes, visiting the sick, teaching children in her schools, offering vocational training for the youth, and caring for the elderly. Venerable Nano would also spend hours on her knees in prayer, gaining the strength for her mission of selfless love. Even on her deathbed, she said to her companions, "Spend yourself for the poor and love one another as you have hitherto done." Selfless service to others or self-centered service. The Talisman, Mahatma Gandhi in 1948. Whenever you are in doubt or when self-interest begins to overshadow your purpose, pause and apply this test. Think of the poorest and weakest person you have ever seen and ask yourself, will the step you are about to take help them in any way? Will it bring them any real benefit or empower them to regain control over their life and destiny? In other words, will it contribute to freedom, not only for the hungry in body, but also for the spiritually starving millions? If the answer is yes, then your doubts and selfish concerns will fade away. Friends of Nano, as friends of Nano, we contemplate what is our commitment in life. May we, as friends of Nano, continue to practicing the little way of love, not missing out on a kind word, a smile, or any small gesture. With this, I would request Hilda to come in and share the words of service. Hilda ma'am, please. And thank you, Dira ma'am, for giving me the honor to speak.
Thank you, Nisha.
Thank you, Nisha ma'am. Thank you, Nisha ma'am. Ma'am, Karen's Sacre Friends of Nano animator, has given us a wonderful answer to the question, how can one person have a global impact? And this is what she thinks. Sometimes our simple acts of resistance seem hopeless in a world controlled by money, power, and greed. Yet, before the age of international travel and instantaneous communication, a single Catholic woman, Venerable Nano Nagel, born in the 18th century, Ireland, under the English penal codes, she managed to transform life for many around the world through a life of prayerful yet active resistance against the unjust systems designed to keep people poor. Although her courageous actions could have brought fines and imprisonment upon herself and her family, she believed in the power of education. In the back alleys of Cork, she established schools for poor children, at first in secret, to teach them their faith, as well as skills that could lift them out of poverty. Known as the Lady of the Lantern, her compassion extended to the sick, disabled, and elderly throughout her nightly visits. To ensure her work continued after her death in 1784, Nano established an order of religious sisters, known today as the Presentation Sisters of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Christmas Eve 2025. It marks the 250th anniversary of their founding. From the initial group of 4, the congregation expanded to every continent. This spiritual success, beyond anything Venerable Nano Nagel could have imagined, is proof of the power of God to bring the light of hope to the world, to the bearers of the lantern, the Presentation Sisters, and the Friends of Nano. Love one another as you have hitherto done. These noble words of Venerable Nano Nagel infuse in us the spirit to serve others with a profound sense of commitment, dedication, affection, and humility. And now I call upon Ma'am Dira to explain and share with us the humble efforts that the Friends of Nano across the continents have been doing in the past years and in recent times. Over to you, Ma'am Dira.
Thank you, Hilda ma'am. So kind of you. So these first 2 statues are from Zambia and the USA. A statue represents our Venerable Nano's mission, vision, and what we envisage in the future. Look at the kindness, the love, and the affection that emanates from these statues. It is not only the statue of Venerable Nano, it is a symbol for peace, hope, love, affection, and kindness. So these statues continue to inspire us from Zambia and the US. In Ireland, many programs have been held continually. IPA 8th Assembly, June 2023, that's the gathering. International Friends of Nano gathering at Ballygriffin in 2011, that's the picture at the bottom. Nano Nagel Place, Cork, South Presentation Convent. All these pictures are from Ireland, and the Nano Nagel Place continues to be an inspiration, continues to be our guiding light, along with the international leadership team. In Chile, South America, the group is very strong. They come together and do a lot of social work, outreach programs, and look after the community to the best of their ability, making a difference in every life, wiping a tear, bringing a smile, and transforming the world. In the Philippines, they've been serving the people during the typhoon, cooking for them, providing them shelter, looking after them. That's been a major, major event in the Philippines. They make a difference by outreach programs, by praying with the poor, by going out into the community, by giving charity, and doing all kinds of social work. In Zimbabwe, this is St. Michael's School, and this is also part of the Friends of Nano family, taking forward Venerable Nano's legacy. They do a lot of activities, as was mentioned by ma'am when we had a previous meeting a few years back. They work with the community, they work in their fields together, they provide food, they provide shelter, and do a lot of social work for the community. Now I invite Nisha ma'am to talk about the activities and events taking place in Pakistan. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dira ma'am. Friends of Nano from different communities across Pakistan, including Sargodha, Rawalpindi, Peshawar, Josfabad, and Jhelum, Rasalpur, continue to serve people with great zeal and zest, carrying forward a nano-nagal spirit through love, compassion, and dedication. Whether it be a help in their education or serving the people who are marginalized, elderly, or sick, Friends of Nano are always there. I feel truly blessed to have had the chance to represent Mother Mary at the Marian Convention and also representing Nano Nagal at our presentation corner school, Sargodha. Sister Greta is our true leader and she has been guiding us in all this. So, we carry forward the mission of Nano Nagal with her guidance. Thank you, Dira ma'am.
Thank you, Nisha ma'am. So kind of you.
I would request you to carry.
Yeah. Go ahead, ma'am.
I would request you to continue the words of service.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Nisha ma'am. We come to the North India province, serving the needy, the marginalized with profound love and affection. We've been most fortunate to have had Sister Reggie as our last sister coordinator. And at present, we have Sister Jyoti and Sister Molly as our coordinators, and they've been our guiding lights. A lot of work has been done in the North India province, like blood donation camps, teaching children free of cost, community feeding, community cooking, visiting the leper colony and giving them material, what they need, praying with those who are ill, doing acts of charity, outreach programs, sponsoring children's education, to name a few. So North India province has taken it up in a very serious way, and with the sisters' guidance, the community is benefiting, and those who need us the most are being well looked after. Now I invite Hilda ma'am to share her thoughts about the South India province.
Thank you, ma'am. So we're going to just have a glimpse of the activities done in the South India province by the Friends of Nano. Over the past years, they have continued to live out charism of Venerable Nano Nagal through faith-filled actions and compassionate service. But owing to time constraints, I know we are rushing into the next session. I'm going to highlight just a few activities here, but there's plenty more. If you would go through our messenger service, Nano's Messenger, you will get to see so much of activity being done by South India province too. But just to name a few, we have a Perambur community in South India, Kolachal, Georgetown, Theni, Kanjur, and many more. And they're doing great work when it comes to reaching out to the marginalized. In Theni, we have members reaching out to deserving students or students in need with education fees. They've come together, they funded children with 20,000 rupees. And also in Kolachal, we had the plant environment awareness drive, wherein the Friends of Nano undertook an awareness campaign to plant saplings, and also had a waste management program encouraging parish groups to handle waste responsibly and to avoid plastic waste during parish gatherings. In Vere, in Goa too, we have many units like Vere, Oli, and Nagua, Paroda. They're also doing their bit to encourage, to create an awareness on protecting environment. As in Vere, to mark the Women's Day, Vere unit, they facilitated 50 migrant women and celebrated it with a session on women's rights, educating them on their rights. They had interactive games for them on environmental protection issues, sustainable living, and plastic hazards. They made them aware of these things. And each woman was given a cloth bag so that you could promote a shift to using eco-friendly material rather than going shopping and encouraging plastic use. In Oli, the Friends of Nano visited flood-affected farmers. They came together, they supported them with cash of 2,000 each. They even issued certificates and gift basket recognizing their work and resilience in continuing to grow crops in spite of difficult conditions. In Nagua, during the monsoons, the Nagua Friends of Nano came together with the Presentation Sisters and the parish community. They led a tree planting drive promoting biodiversity and environmental care. They promoted the planting of 225 native saplings distributed in schools, local schools, and in the village. So like these and many more such activities, the Friends of Nano, South India Province, have been actively involved in taking Nano's work further. And now I'd like to call upon Ma'am
Thank
Veera.
you, Elder.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't think we have time for the short video. So this video would be available on our Facebook page. It's been prepared by Ma'am Rakhi Fernandez and her family, and it addresses the SDGs, how we must prevent the polluting our planet. It's a wonderful video, but I don't think we have that kind of time at the moment. Let's proceed. So Venerable Nano Nagel said, if I could be of service in saving souls in any part of the globe, I would gladly do all in my power. And I just came across something similar which we can relate to by John Wesley. He was a religious person. Just pay heed to what he opined. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. This is such a moving quote by our founder and a moving quote by John Wesley, and it inspires us deeply. I go to our last slide. This is our team. I'll just introduce them. Maria ma'am, Ariel sir, Riddhi ma'am, Hilda ma'am, John sir, Nisha ma'am, Brooke ma'am, Casey ma'am, and it's me here, and Claire ma'am. Their photos were unavailable at the moment. We go to our very last slide, a big thank you. Now I'd like to invite John sir to say a few words, and then we'll share the Facebook page. Over to you, John sir. Thank you everyone for watching the presentation, for your keen interest. Over to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Nisha ma'am and Hilda ma'am. You've been very supportive. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for guiding. And thank you, John Brito, sir, Hilda, ma'am.
Thank you, dear sisters and members of Friends of Nano coordinators, for your patient hearing of our presentation. In our social media group, we have members from different countries who are talented, sincere, dedicated, and committed. Actually, in the first meeting, we decided to launch our social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, on 21st November, the presentation day. So the period available was very short, but the members worked hard and they cooperated well. And within a short time, they finalized the guidelines for the group, and then they designed the logo for our Facebook and the Facebook page. And this today's presentation is prepared by Hilda, Riddhi ma'am, and Dira ma'am. So this beautiful presentation, they have received the material from various people, and they have colluded it and then prepared this presentation in a marvelous, what you call, creative way, so that it will be attractive to the group. And all these slides will be in our Facebook on the launching date. And I take this opportunity to thank every member of the group for their support, and also for the guidance by our Maria Owens madam. And she was always with us, and her spirit, motivated us and inspired us to do the work joyfully and without any burden. So then, and another thing is, we want your cooperation. Without your support and cooperation, we cannot continue these social media pages. We need your photos and pictures, or any articles, of small articles which can be posted in our group. With this small request and thanks, I introduce the Facebook page to you.
Share, just. It's still work in progress, but whatever the admins could manage, they put all those slides on the Facebook page. It will be released, as Sir said, on 21st November. But if you want to have a look at it, it's there on Facebook, but we'll actually formally release it on 21st November presentation day. And we scroll once more, and thank you, John sir. Over to you, Maria ma'am and Karen ma'am. Thank you.
Well, we've decided.
Go ahead, Maria.
We've decided that because obviously time-wise, I mean, we should have finished already. I've not used breakout rooms before, so can we just have perhaps a very short discussion, and then invite you to send us your thoughts and your ideas. So send us an email, message us, let us know what you're thinking. Also, obviously, ideas to go online as well. We will have a linked Instagram page, and then who knows, the world's our oyster. But yeah, so There you
I
go.
have a question. Yes. Will someone have to apply, for example, to follow this page, to be accepted? What is the security like? Is it totally public, or are you going to ask people to send an email to the administrator in order to join, which is done in a lot of cases?
They were going to be questions that that was one of the questions that we were going to sort of ask. So those are the sort of things we need to know from you, especially if you've used Facebook pages in the past, or currently. So how are we going to, if we restrict it to Friends of Nano presentation people, how are we going to ascertain that they are for real, or do we make it public? Some Facebook sites I've been on, you have to ask them a question before you can join the group or follow the group and so on. So that's something that we need to iron out. So any of your thoughts, please feed them to us. Likewise, another question was, should we allow comments on the posts, the reels, and also allow our posts to be shared with other groups? And another question was, what type of posts, what content are you expecting? How often would you check on content, expect it to be updated? So thoughts on all of these, please. We'd like our emails to be flooded with ideas. Okay.
Karen ma'am, they are not allowed to post anything. They have to send it to us. So there's no window for posting. Anybody comes. So if it's a public thing, it doesn't matter. Any irrelevant.
I understand, but even to view or to comment.
Comments, we can shut down the comments. We can shut down if we don't want comments, because there will be mischievous elements at some time, and that will spoil the whole ethos. Yeah.
Well, if people have to join as a friend of Nano or presentation person, I don't see anything wrong with comments. But those are just questions. Maybe they're covered in your guidelines. I'll look at the link to the guidelines. Maybe that's already covered. And we'll make sure that the presentations are on our Google platform, in our Google Drive. And it was, a lovely prayer and a beautiful video that you shared. And we'll put that on our YouTube page also. And the link to the other one that we didn't get to see. So I applaud you for working so well together. It can be difficult when a lot of people who aren't used to working together and come together, and everyone has different ideas, and sorting through all of those and coming up with, a very detailed, lengthy presentation like you have is a feat. So congratulations and thank you. And you have in the chat, many kind words of appreciation for what you have done. And I think it's to your credit that this is getting launched. And it's something we've talked about since the beginning of the year. And you're going to make it happen on presentation day. And, it's a great thing. So congratulations, Maria, John, for accepting leadership of the team, and for everyone who has worked on it. And I put out feelers so we could have someone from Newfoundland. I don't know if you got that email, but I was also asking, and John also extended invitations to someone from the US and to Australia, someone from Australia, so we could make the group truly international. And thank you very much for that perspective. John.
In fact, we have included two persons from Presentation Movement to USA, Brooke and Lisa. And we have also invited Clark from Australia. She has also agreed to join us shortly. And so we have representation in all the three, that is union, conference, and society. And mostly we have covered, except Africa and South America, we covered all other continents. And yeah, then
but you will get submissions from everywhere, I'm sure.
Because no, I attended that IPA assembly at Sydney in 2017. So I was having some contacts from that assembly. So because of that only, I could invite two persons from USA and one from Australia. And I have one more question. I want your clarification. Whether this Facebook and Instagram is only for FON or it is for the public. So that whether we have to restrict it for the FON, or we can allow the public to view our Facebook page and Instagram.
I think this is something for you to decide, and to set up the security for the page according to what you decide. I think you might be able to have public viewing without public comments, and to comment, maybe people will have to join or send an email to the administrator to join. And then you also have to work out how you're going to manage this, you know, how many administrators there'll be, and whether you will be rotating the posting duties and all those other things. I know your team, you know, will still be working on these issues. And then you can add to the guidelines, you know, as you decide these things.
So share your activities by way of photos, pictures, and articles to me on my email or to Maria, madam.
John, sir, we must focus on the presentation day and invite articles for that, so that we have the articles from everyone, from all the continents.
I think you already have so much for presentation day. It's a lot for someone coming to the page.
Further, we need.
To continue it further.
It's for after that, you know.
Yes, after that. After 21st November.
And the Jubilee. Karen, ma'am, you have to help us plan the Jubilee posts.
Yes, and you know, there will be time for that too. So the launch for the Jubilee is December 24th at Nano Place. And I've been on a committee where we have met a few times, and the logo has been selected and has been sent to the congregational leadership team for approval, so we can start using it once it's approved. And the committee has also received one song. Now, the song that Sister Paula sent in, that Isabel shared with us at the last meeting, that is being saved to launch with the book, the electronic book, next year sometime. Marianne is going to coordinate with Nano Place for the sharing of all the art that the children sent in, and the electronic book that Carol Sohail has been working on, and then the song that Sister Paula wrote. And all of that, I think, will be launched at that time early next year, not in December. But Miriam Martin is writing the launch song Haven't heard it. I don't know if it's written yet, but the committee was asked to do 4 things. And one of them was a logo, and really IPA has done a lot. Their new person, Lene, was the one who designed the logo. I can share it with you briefly if you want, but it hasn't been released for use yet. And the and then IPA, Jessica Dewhurst, the executive director, is also a musician, very talented woman, and she wrote a song and recorded it professionally with someone. And that is being submitted not as the launch song, but as a song that people can learn and sing throughout the year. It's a real easy, catchy tune. Not able to share that with you yet. And then a third thing that we were asked to look at, and this will come later in the year, but it's to make some sort of video for the occasion. And we'll probably be asking, and I know a lot of you have talked about doing little videos in your areas. So it's probably going to be an IPA team that does the compilation of what's submitted. And that will be later in the year. And the 4th thing was to come up with some suggestions for projects we can do to indicate our solidarity with the poor, including the earth. And so there were about 5 suggestions of projects, and I just smiled a lot because some of the things you were talking about in India, the planting of saplings, 225 saplings, that may have been for another jubilee. That was one of the recommendations, but 250 this time, planting 250 trees. Anyway, those recommendations will go to Society, Conference, and Union to send out to their groups to determine what they want to do, how they want to do it, etc. And then that information would be captured again by IPA and maybe put on a map somewhere on their website so people can see what's happening across the world for the 250th anniversary. So a lot of things are in the works, but we're not there yet. I think getting your page, your Facebook and Instagram pages launched, that is going to be a great milestone. And I really congratulate you all on that.
Thank you so much. And one clarification, those guidelines are the Friends of Nano guidelines. They're not the social media guidelines. So we'll work on the social media
guidelines. The guidelines are the Friends of Nano guidelines. Got it.
So
Thank
I
you.
think Sister Shaila wants to say something. Sorry to interrupt. I think Sister Shaila wants to say something. She has her hands up for quite some time.
Yes, sister.
Well, I said let you continue what you are saying, and then I will speak about the beautiful Facebook as well as the other things that I just observed. And so, if I can speak now, or you have still something to say?
Go ahead.
I'm actually speechless the way you have presented your Facebook page, and it's so overwhelming to know that within this short period we have been able to complete it, so beautifully presented, and hats off to you, because I'm humbled by the way you have presented the whole thing of Nano and the way you have expressed, and such a lot has come out through the different poems, and it's all from the Friends of Nano, and I don't know what more to say about it because it has been wonderful. But just A small clarification for me. In one of the slides, you have mentioned.
You're muted, ma'am. Can't hear you.
You have mentioned in one of the slides that
Can't hear you, ma'am. Sorry.
You can't hear me,
Something
Hilda?
happened.
Dira?
I can hear her.
So what you have mentioned there is in one of the slides initially, just a fact correction, perhaps.
Can you hear, ma'am?
I can hear her.
Yeah, we
Something,
can hear her.
Yeah, we can hear her.
We can hear.
It's clear.
Dira, maybe something, you may have pressed something on your, yeah. So what I wanted to say was just a few words. In one of the slides you have mentioned where you talk about the presentation day, how it started. I don't know whether you mean the celebration of presentation day or whether it was as a congregation. You have mentioned there that it was presentation day, congregation was founded in 1883. Just check that year. I know you all know it is 1775. What you meant
1770.
there, one of the slides at the initial.
Fine. Surely we'll check.
Yeah,
Surely we'll
just
We'll
check
check
that.
that.
And also down somewhere where you say about, I think it's the slide prepared by Karen in your little piece there where you have mentioned, I understand there is a comma, everything, but if you can reword that sentence, it says, she wanted to, she in order, was that in order to, she founded the congregation after her death in 1784 in order for that to continue. If you can, it kind of misleads that. I understand you say that after her death in 1784, she founded. If you can just reword that in a little better form,
I'll
if you
check
want to put the year, yeah,
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
check it, sister.
I'll check that.
yeah, just check
Yeah.
that. And just to give you a brief about what Karen was saying about the launch of the song and all that. Well, Karen, it's not going to be done by the IPA, the launch. It is you're part
No.
of it. You're part of it. We have formed a global committee, and the
Yes.
global committee consists of the leaders of the union, the conference, the society, leader of the FON, and the director of IPA, that is Jessica. So it's the five of you who are
Yes.
responsible for this celebration of it's not IPA or the union. And in this, the union leader, Sharon, is the link for it.
Right.
So, and I think, no, the main link is Maria Lopez
She's the one
in the
heading
committee.
the committee and communicating with
Yes,
Sharon.
yes. So, so that's the launch, and so you'll be getting the connections and the song and all the activities. It's this global committee that is formed that is planning the events. Okay, and then they will communicate to all the five. So it is not the IPA who will be sending it. Is that
No, but
yeah?
I'm just saying that within our committee of five,
Yes,
that the IPA has done a lot. They have this person, Lene, who's really designed the logo. I can
yeah,
share it with you. And it went to different people for input.
yes,
Yes. I'm just saying they have been very, very active.
yeah.
And they've taken a really active role because of the talent that they have within their staff.
I know,
Yeah.
yes,
But the song for the launch, we were told by Sharon that it would be written by Miriam.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's in the process, yeah.
Okay.
It's there, yeah, yeah. It's together with the launch, and and then the song that Jessica has prepared will be also used,
Okay.
and everybody will be able to use that song. It's written, as you said, very, very well and very catchy tune. And
Yeah.
one more clarification I wanted was when you said about uh, the Friends of Nano from the conference and from the society. I know Brito has connected with them. Have they joined the Friends of Nano, or they are, you know, you know, what I mean by we have the presentation movement, lay people everywhere, but are they part of the Friends of Nano that you want to include them in the social media group, or are you extending your social media group outside of Friends of Nano? Just to,
It's,
yeah, I
you
One
know
wanted
person,
that,
to have that clarification among yourselves.
you know that Caroline Thompson, who is the head of our formation team,
Yeah,
is really from society.
I know.
And we have invited Carrie Hansen, who is with the conference,
Hmm.
and she's come to some of our meetings.
Okay,
They are for the purposes of, for example, the workshops that were being proposed, they were not being considered for that. No. But we feel that we should network with any presentation people out there. And John, good on John, you know, he had these contacts from the IPA in 2017 and he invited them.
okay,
And they're people that have a lot of technical expertise in social media and websites and all that other. And so I think that's a great thing. And I think any way we can collaborate is good.
okay.
But no, we don't consider them, you know, Friends of
Yes.
Nano in the group. They don't. They're not coordinators of a particular unit within, you know, within the union, but
Hmm.
they're collaborators, and
Okay.
I think it's a good thing. But I don't
Uh,
know if you want something more precise than that.
Sister
No, I
Shaila,
just wanted a clarification so that others are aware of it.
Sister
Yes.
Shaila, I'm
Marianne
just
may want to speak to it because when she was the animator, um, that's when Caroline Thompson came on board. Marianne, do you want to say anything?
1 second before we go on to the
I
next bit.
don't know if you
I'm
can hear me.
hearing,
I keep dropping out,
Okay.
just a second. Marianne, ma'am, just
and
a second.
everybody's frozen
1 second.
currently.
Excuse
Oh,
me,
we
just
can
give me
hear
one
you.
second. I
Okay,
want
Dira.
just a brief second. Sister Shella, which line would you want ma'am to change? I don't
Um,
see it.
Deirdre, we can sort that out later on.
All right.
Time is
Fine.
a bit short, so let's sort that out later.
Yeah,
That
look,
is
sorry,
fine.
I keep dropping out.
Sure. Fine.
Yeah.
Carry.
So I haven't been able to follow everything that's happening because I keep
Oh,
losing the
okay.
connection. So sorry
That's all
about that.
right.
But just
That's all right.
just the social media group is to be really commended. It's a giant leap forward. I did pick up some anomalies that I might communicate directly with Maria, if that's okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
I've noted some as well. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we because we were rushing to get this completed. There
No,
are
no,
things
it's a
we need to
beginning. It's a
make.
beginning. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's brilliant,
Any
really.
comments,
Yeah,
please email them to us, and we're more than happy to. We'll be
yeah.
meeting again fairly soon, and we'll go through with a fine-tooth comb.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. And Dira, I will follow up with you about adding the 1775 date after December 24th. I think that's the only thing we need for clarification.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Perfect.
Any other questions? I know we started half an hour late. But we have a closing prayer. I'm not going to do any music with it, so it's not too long. but I see John and I were a little bit on the same wavelength because the closing prayer focuses on the eradication of Poverty Day. And is Judith still with us? Yeah. Okay. And Judith is going to speak to, yes? Okay. I'm going to share a PowerPoint, and Judith is going to speak to the projects that are that are the recipients of the Eradication of Poverty Project Fund. So let's see. And we'll go through this kind of as
Yeah, good
quickly
afternoon,
as
everyone.
possible.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good plan.
Yes.
Actually, when I said yes, I didn't realize I had to. I thought it was just the reading, and I have just something short about the Cheshire home in Mongu, where we have a community there, and currently there are two sisters who are there, Sister Kathy and Sister Stella, and they're the ones who take care of, and the other women, they take care of Cheshire Home. And Cheshire Home is a rehabilitation center that care and support for some of the most vulnerable and disadvantaged children in Western Zambia province. It serves families with children who have a range of disabilities and limited access to health care, offering vital assistance to those who might otherwise be forgotten, as few alternative services exist in that region. And so the center offers both residential and outpatient care for children aged from 1 month to 16 years. And they also offer, the program provides holistic treatment through surgery. The doctors go there now and again to do the surgeries, and physiotherapy, education, and opportunities for social development, helping the children to build confidence and independence. So one of the pressing current priorities at the moment in Cheshire Home, Zambia, is to expand the facility by building an additional dormitory to reduce overcrowding in the existing dormitories which we have. At present, the center accommodates between 75 and 85 children per school term. And school term is January to March, in the beginning of April. And then we have 3 terms in the year, making the need then for more space and agent to continue providing safe and dignified care. So that's about the Cheshire Home, really. As you see, most of them, I was there a few times, and they've great, it's a great vocation, really, for the people who are there caring for those children who could easily be forgotten. So that's the part of the funds will be going there. And
then another recipient will be this community school.
Yes. This community school is again in Western Zambia. It will be between maybe 3 hours between those places. It's out from the town center. It will be about 20 kilometers. So the children would otherwise walk 20 kilometers from town. I mean, from where they come from Kalukundwe, this place, into access education and health care. And so this small school was established in 2023 to meet the urgent need for a local learning space for children who previously had to walk over 20 kilometers along a busy road used by large copper and timber trucks to reach the nearest school. So and also lots of accidents happen there. So then this school, the school currently, which has been started in 2023, currently accommodates 35 children with classes which are held under a simple shed, just makeshift thing, poles and a few grasses on top. Despite the limited conditions, the children thrive under the dedication of a single teacher, with having those 35 children and different levels of education, who fosters a joyful and encouraging learning environment. However, there remains a serious shortage of teaching and learning materials to adequately support both the teacher and the children. So that's where, again, as you can see there, most of them when they go barefooted to school and all that. So maybe because we have that now shelter, but at least the material like the books and whatever else to use. So the funds were going there as well.
And then the third,
Then the one in Pemba.
yeah, the water project. Do you know anything about this, Judith?
Yes, the one in Pemba, this one's a development whatever team, and I'm not quite versed, but anyway, I'll just read what I got. Yeah. The Pemba Parish is under the Parish Development Team, together with the Presentation Sisters, aim to install a borehole, solar pump, and a water tank to provide the entire community of Pemba with reliable access to water for household use, livestock, and food production. They've already so far purchased a solar pump kit and the solar panels, but additional funds then are needed to complete the project. So the remaining requirements include: we need a small house for the caretaker who will be taking care of the place to oversee the security of the project. And you also need a wire fence to protect the solar pump and solar panels, the robberies and everything. So that will be needed, and as well as a secure elevated structure to house and control the solar system. And then if also need is a 5,000 liter water tank for storage of that water and the distribution. So the funds will be going to, so those are the three projects. And thank you so much. We are so grateful from the province.
And I want to thank Nisha, because she's already sent me some pictures of some friends of Nano outside with a little table, I guess, getting collections for the Eradication of Poverty Day.
Yes. No,
Thank
ma'am,
you, Nisha,
that
and we'll make sure to get them in Nano's Echo in December.
thank
So,
you.
as John pointed out in the first prayer, that the theme this year is to ensure respect and effective support for families, especially families that are part of a system that doesn't seem to really see the poor or respect them. Oh, sorry. We went ahead too fast and I don't know how to back up. But the idea is to include the poor on their pathway, to ensure that their dignity and their humility and their life patterns are respected by the offices, the services that we provide. It's not just to give, but to involve the poor in all ways. I'm sorry, I don't know how to go back when we're in the middle of the of this presentation. So I'm going to just go on, or hold on. I'll do it this way. Yeah. Now we can go back. So as I was saying, we want to make sure that in these efforts, we are trying to eradicate poverty, but also respecting the dignity and justice and the belonging of the people that we're helping, and to honor their perseverance, living in very difficult conditions. So this kind of mindset invites people to work differently, to listen carefully and respectfully in order to effectively support the people that we are trying to reach out to. And we're asked to move from a perspective of judgment to a perspective of partnership, and to involve families in shaping a more just and inclusive life. And also to go beyond the individual help, but to engage in advocacy so that we build institutions that respect and honor the poor and support them. So now I'll ask Sister Shyla. Can you see it?
We gather in your presence, Creator God, in a spirit of oneness and hope. We seek to draw deeper into relationship with you, our brothers and sisters, and all whole earth community. May we listen deeply and reflectively so that we can be more consciously aware of the most vulnerable in our world. May we have the courage to move forward together to meet the challenges before us and live in the hope of the transformation of our world.
Maria.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed. We must not view the poor merely as recipients of care, but as creative subjects who challenge us to find ways of living the gospel today. Recognize the poor not as objects of charity, but as protagonists of hope. The poor are not a distraction for the church, but our beloved brothers and sisters. For by their lives, their words, and their wisdom, they put us in contact with the truth of the gospel. As I reflect upon these readings, how am I called to live the gospel of hope?
Let's just take 1 minute to reflect. Isabel.
The South Presentation Analyst tells us, thus did Nano Nagel devote her person and her wealth to the gratuitous instruction of the poor and the destitute little ones of the Lord. As well as her work in the schools, Nano visited homeless and sick women in their homes, their garrets, their mud cabins, bringing them her compassionate presence and whatever help she could, and putting her life at risk as she trod the unlit alleyways of Cork at night by the light of the dim lantern. Our flame of hope. In the quiet of Cork streets, Nano lit a flame of hope that still burns brightly today. Through her daring spirit and unwavering faith, she showed us the power of one soul aflame with purpose. Bless all who walk in her footsteps, the presentation sisters, friends of Nano, associates, co-workers, and all who share in her mission. Renew in us her boldness to risk everything for the sake of justice, her tenderness towards those in need, and her enduring trust in your divine providence. May the lantern she carried shine through our lives, guiding us to be light for others, just as she was a light in darkness. I'll sing more adapted.
Everyone can respond if they want. In a world where children are hungry, let us bring light
Let us bring
and
light
hope.
and hope.
In a world where
In a world
families
where
have little
families have little
financial income,
financial income,
Let us bring
let us bring
light
light and hope.
and hope.
In a world where families have no water,
Let us
Let us
bring
bring
let
light.
us
light.
bring light and hope. In a world where institutions fail to be compassionate,
Let us
let
bring
us bring light and hope. In a world where families lack quality child care, adequate housing, and health care,
Let us
let us bring light
bring
and hope. I thought there was one more slide. There. Sister Sheila.
Yeah. God, you are our hope. We cry out to you for the needs of people suffering around the world due to the injustices of poverty. We pray to you for an end to poverty in all its forms. May we be motivated to ensure fairer societies and systems to ensure families of a better future. Help us long for justice and to be bold in our prayers and actions as a result. In a spirit of hope, may we be persistent in our prayers and love not merely with words, but in action and truth. Amen.
Thank you. I want to share one other thing with you. I don't know if you have received this already, but in the Garden of Oneness on December 6th, there will be an Advent reflection. Have you received that notification yet? No? Okay.
Yes, yes, we have received already. We have received.
You have?
Yes, I have received.
Okay, so the sisters have. But Denise was shaking her head. I'll just share it very quickly and then we will send it on in so kind of disappeared. All right, the first thing
As friends of Nano, we haven't received it in Zimbabwe.
You have?
We have not received it.
You have not?
No.
I don't think this is...
Yeah, unless it goes to Karen, I don't think it will be shared. You see, most of these things are from the congregation level. And Karen, maybe you can share it with the others. It may not have gone to the others unless it comes to you. and then
I
share.
actually didn't get it through the congregation, but maybe because I have attended previous ones, I got it personally. So let me, that did not work, that share.
Okay. Anyway, Karen, you can share it with the others since you've.
I asked if that was okay. I asked Sister Terry if it was okay to share it, but the right thing is not sharing.
Okay, we can send it out in a
I will send it out to you. It's still sharing what I just did. And anyway, it's an invitation, but you have to register for it by November 25th. So we'll send that along with, I think, the PowerPoints from this meeting. I don't know how quickly we will get the recording worked up and the notes, but we'll send it as quickly as possible. And I want to thank everyone for being here and for your patience. And now we're a little over an hour and a half. So, Maria, do you have any other announcements?
No.
No. Okay, then anyone else? Sister Shayla, any other announcements?
Well, just on your behalf, Karen, I want to request all the members who are there, because they are the coordinators and the links and some are not there. Thank you for sending all your questionnaires answered for Karen, because she has been trying to get that survey done for last many months, I think now. And thank you for helping her out. And I know there are another one or two provinces, I think, who have not yet given their feedback. It will be wonderful because, it's a long pending meeting. She's been trying to connect with us to move on with these workshops and how it will be. So just a request to those who have not yet done, will be good to help her with it.
I thank you for
To have
that.
that meeting with the Friends of Nano. Thank you.
I thank you for that, Sister Shayla. Anyone else have an announcement or something to share? Oh. I hear a funny noise. I don't know if that's coming from Ariel's Zoom.
Naomi's computer, yeah.
Well, I wish you all a good day or a good night wherever you are. And I thank you for being here. And I'm sorry that we had a rough start. We will get our Zoom from another source, because I think the college is having issues, or something is going on there that we weren't able to connect. But I thank you, Ariel, for trying. And so, yes, Sister Shayla.
No, just to wish you for the presentation day and the novena that comes ahead.
Yes, where is the novena? Do you
it will
have
be
it
coming
yet?
soon.
Soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. We'll send that out when we get that too, just in case you don't get it another way. Yes. So thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.